Let's be completely honest for a moment. Do you even remember when you started taking vitamin D3, magnesium, or K2? Chances are you probably don't. Everyone says you should take them. They're praised as essential for your health. But here's something that almost no one talks about. When should you stop taking them? After 5 months, a year, 2 years? Or are you just supposed to take them forever without question? Today, we're diving into a conversation that the supplement industry likely doesn't want you to hear. It's about when these little pills, D3, K2, and magnesium, can go from being beneficial helpers to potential burdens on your body. This video is specifically about three supplements that almost everyone over the age of 50 is taking. You probably are too, and if you're like most people, you assume that because they're natural, they must be safe to take indefinitely. Take as much as you want for as long as you want, right? No harm done. But here's the truth. Modern medical research is starting to paint a very different picture. It turns out that even the most natural substances can create problems if we don't understand how to use them wisely. That's what we're going to uncover today. When it's smart to continue taking these supplements, and just as importantly, when it's time to pause. First, to understand all of this, we need to talk about a concept called supplement cycling. In simple terms, supplement cycling is the practice of taking supplements in specific time-based cycles. Think of it like your daily rhythm. You work, then you rest, then you work again. Your body needs a break from supplements just like it needs a break from stress, exercise, or even food. You take them for a set period, pause to allow your body to reset and rebalance, then resume. So why complicate things? Because your health isn't static, and your supplement routine shouldn't be either. There are three major reasons why supplement cycling matters. First, your body is incredibly adaptive. When you give it the same input every day, it gradually stops responding with the same effectiveness. Think about how your body reacts to coffee. At first, 1 cup keeps you energized all day, but over time, even 3 cups might not do the trick. You're still tired. The same principle applies to supplements. Your body adjusts. Second, some supplements can interfere with your hormones, things like testosterone or melatonin. When you take them consistently over long periods, your body may stop producing those hormones naturally. It forgets how to regulate itself because it's used to getting outside help. That's not something you want. Third, cycling helps prevent or reduce uncomfortable side effects. For example, some people experience diarrhea from magnesium. Others may get constipated from too much vitamin D3. Taking regular breaks gives your body time to reset and regain its balance, which is actually a good thing. So, if you've been taking any of these three supplements for more than 3 months, type the number 1 in the comments to let me know. Now let's begin with a supplement that doesn't get nearly enough attention, but plays a huge role in your cardiovascular health: vitamin K2. Think of K2 as your body's traffic controller. Its main job is to direct calcium to where it belongs, your bones and teeth, and away from places where it can cause harm, like your arteries or kidneys. That's why so many people call K2 and D3 a power couple. They work best together, and missing even one can lead to trouble. Here's something interesting. Although K2 is fat-soluble like D3, there's almost no research showing toxicity, even when used long-term. In fact, most people are severely deficient in K2. Why? Because it's extremely rare in modern diets. Unlike K1, which is found in leafy greens, K2 is only found in a handful of traditional fermented foods. In Japan, researchers made a fascinating discovery. People who regularly eat natto, a fermented soybean dish rich in K2, have much less arterial calcification and significantly stronger bones than Westerners of the same age. This shows just how vital K2 is for aging well. So, do you need to cycle K2? Here's the good news. No, not really. Daily doses between 90 and 200 micrograms are considered safe for long-term use. However, if you're taking a high dose of vitamin D3 along with it, it's smart to take breaks from both at the same time to allow your body to rebalance naturally. Important note, if you're on blood thinners like warfarin or Coumadin, you must be cautious. K2 can reduce the effectiveness of these medications, so you'll need to work closely with your doctor and monitor your INR levels regularly. K2 is generally safe, but only if used wisely. Now let's talk about a mineral that half the population is deficient in. And surprisingly, it's one you shouldn't stop taking: magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biological processes in your body, from energy production and muscle contractions to nerve transmission, restful sleep, and blood sugar stability. Without magnesium, your body is like a car running without oil. Sure, it might move for a while, but eventually, something's going to break down. The alarming part, up to 50% of people over 50 are magnesium deficient. Why? Because our food supply is depleted. The soil no longer contains the same nutrients. Most of our food is processed, and eating too many carbs actually makes your body lose magnesium even faster. The result? You can't sleep. Leg cramps jolt you awake at night. Your heart pounds. You feel anxious for no obvious reason. For people with healthy kidney function, magnesium is very safe to take daily. A 2013 study published in the journal Magnesium Research confirmed that forms like glycinate, citrate, and malate are well absorbed and gentle on the stomach. Glycinate, in particular, causes the fewest digestive issues, unlike cheaper forms like magnesium oxide, which commonly causes diarrhea. Even more reassuring, a 2020 study in the journal Nutrients confirmed that for individuals with normal kidney function, daily magnesium supplementation poses no toxicity risk. But here's the catch. If you have kidney problems, especially advanced kidney disease, your body may struggle to eliminate excess magnesium. In that case, supplementation must be carefully monitored by your doctor. So why shouldn't you cycle magnesium? The answer is simple. Unlike fat-soluble vitamins like D3, magnesium is water-soluble. That means any excess is flushed out through your urine every single day. Your body doesn't store it, so regular intake is essential. Second, because most of us are already severely deficient in magnesium due to our modern diet, stopping supplementation only makes things worse. Many people have had to learn this the hard way. Just 3 days after they stop taking magnesium, they find themselves lying awake, tossing and turning, unable to fall asleep like they used to. After a week, muscle cramps and deep crushing fatigue begin to creep back in. And after 2 weeks without it, they start experiencing anxiety attacks and a racing heartbeat, clear signs that their body needs magnesium to function normally. Instead of cycling off magnesium, the better approach is to adjust your dosage based on your personal needs. If your diet already includes plenty of dark leafy greens, avocados, nuts, and you keep your carbohydrate intake low, then 200 milligrams daily might be enough for you. But for most people, especially those under stress, working out heavily, or dealing with sleep issues, 300 to 400 milligrams per day is not just helpful, it's necessary. Now, while magnesium and K2 are relatively straightforward to manage, vitamin D3 is a completely different story. And if you're still watching or reading at this point, comment the number 2 to let me know you're finding this information helpful. Every single comment truly motivates me to keep researching and sharing insights like these. Let's now dive into the truth about vitamin D3. A supplement many people are unknowingly overdosing on without even realizing it. Vitamin D3 isn't just another vitamin. It acts more like a hormone in your body, influencing thousands of genes and playing a role in countless biological processes. It helps regulate your immune system, maintain strong bones, support cardiovascular health, and even stabilize your mood. Some research even links vitamin D3 to a reduced risk of certain cancers. But here's what most people don't realize. D3 is fat soluble, which means it gets stored in your body's fat tissues and liver. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C, which get flushed out through your urine each day, D3 can stay in your system for weeks or even months. So if your blood levels are already optimal or you regularly get sun exposure, you may not need to take it every single day. One important study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that vitamin D levels can remain elevated for many weeks after supplementation is stopped, especially in people who've been taking it consistently for long periods. Another study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism confirmed that vitamin D3 has a very long half-life, and your body can take weeks, even months, to eliminate just half of the stored amount. This is exactly why cycling D3 can be a smart and necessary strategy, especially if you're taking high doses like 5,000 IU or more each day, or if you live in a sunny region and regularly get 15 to 30 minutes of midday sun exposure. So when should you cycle D3 and how? The most accurate way is to look at your blood work. If your 25-hydroxy vitamin D levels are consistently above 50 nanograms per milliliter, that's your signal to adjust. You can either pause supplementation for 2 to 4 weeks, especially if your levels are well above optimal, or reduce your intake to a maintenance dose, around 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day instead of 5,000. Another smart option is to take it every other day instead of daily. A landmark 2001 study by Dr. Reinhold Vieth showed that this strategy still maintains healthy vitamin D levels without the need for constant daily dosing. What's crucial to understand is that everyone's vitamin D needs are different. People with darker skin tones require more than those with lighter skin. Those living at high latitudes with limited sunlight exposure need more than those in sunny climates. In the winter, you need more than you do in the summer. And older adults often absorb and convert vitamin D less efficiently than younger people. So how do you know if your body is crying out for help? There are 5 warning signs of D3 or supplement overload that most people completely ignore. Right now, you might be thinking, I feel fine. Why change anything? And I get it. When everything feels okay, it seems logical to keep doing what's working, but that's exactly what makes supplement overload so tricky. It doesn't hit you like a hammer, it sneaks up slowly. It mimics signs of aging or stress, so you blame life when the problem is actually hiding in your supplement drawer. The first often overlooked sign is strange fatigue. You're taking all the right vitamins to feel energized. So why do you feel more sluggish? You might brush it off as stress or aging. But in reality, your liver could be overwhelmed, working overtime to process excess fat-soluble vitamins, especially D3. Next comes digestive discomfort, nausea, bloating, unpredictable bowel habits, sometimes diarrhea, sometimes constipation. You assume it's something you ate, but it's actually your supplements. Did you know magnesium oxide is infamous for causing diarrhea, while high doses of D3 can lead to constipation? Your body is sending signals, but most people ignore them. Then there's the sleep paradox. You bought magnesium to sleep better, but now you're wide awake until 3 a.m. Maybe you're taking magnesium citrate in the morning, which actually increases alertness. Or worse, your vitamin D3 levels have climbed so high they're throwing off your natural circadian rhythm. The next red flag is irregular heartbeat. Maybe your heart races without warning or flutters or pounds hard in your chest. Don't automatically chalk it up to anxiety or stress. It could be your electrolyte balance, too much D3 raising your calcium levels, or a magnesium or potassium imbalance, especially if you're also taking heart medications. And the final Most subtle but important warning sign? That vague but undeniable feeling that something's off? You feel more anxious even though you're taking magnesium. Your joints ache even with plenty of D3. You're exhausted despite swallowing a handful of supplements each day. This is your body's internal intelligence sounding the alarm. When that happens, listen. Try stopping everything, yes, everything, for just a week or two. Give your body a break. You might be shocked by how much better you feel when you stop trying to fix what was never broken in the first place. So, to sum it all up, K2 is safe for long-term daily use. Magnesium should not be cycled, just adjusted based on your lifestyle and diet. And D3, it requires ongoing monitoring and fine-tuning based on your blood levels, sun exposure, and overall health. But the most important takeaway is this: listen to your body. It knows more than we give it credit for. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these supplements have you been taking the longest? Have you experienced any of the warning signs we talked about today? Leave a comment below. I read every single one. Remember, supplements are like spices in a recipe. The right amount brings your health to life. Too much, and it ruins the whole dish. Everyone needs their own formula. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an important health update. And in the description below, you'll find a curated list of crucial videos on how to use vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium safely and effectively. Watch them now to complete your understanding of proper supplementation. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.